Well, good morning, big bikers. Oh, balaclava's on. This might look a little bit odd. Californian number plate, Californian number plate, Californian number plate, Washington number plate, Nevada, California. Well, guess where we are? We are in the United States of America. And I got my balaclava on because 42 degrees is about 6 or 8 in Celsius, so it's a bit cool. Got my wife about to get on. We're doing a road trip, so we picked the bike up yesterday from the bike shop, and you'll notice that I'm riding a 1200 BMW. So we're talking about that over the coming days. So I've got about a week in California. This is our 5th week in North America. We just had a holiday over here, up through Canada and down through the center of the US, through the desert, through Nevada, Utah, Arizona. It's just been fantastic. So the last week we're doing it on a bike. So we're back on the road, but let me just give you a recap of what happened. So we've just spent the last 4 weeks running around North America in a four-wheel drive and having a great time, but we did want to, while we're in the US, do some riding. So because of winter over here, about the only place that we can do that properly is Florida or California. We weren't going to be over on the East Coast, so California it was, because we're flying in and out of LA anyway. So we picked up the bike yesterday from LA. We're basically heading north, or heading up the 101, but there's been a whole heap of mudslides, so we have to make a kind of a detour up around the mountains. So that's what we're doing. We're at Santa Clarita at the moment, so we're heading up. We're not really going to be doing any off-roading on this trip because it's a rental bike and it's on road tyres. Gee, it's nice to be back on the bike. It's been quite a while. So no videos from Big Bike Adventures for the last couple of months because I've been so busy. There's been a lot of travel with my work. There's been, I had to relocate because the woman on the bike behind me, who's my beautiful wife, we got married. So we had to move in together, we had to change addresses, we had to go through ceremonies, and it's been a wonderful couple of months. So really enjoying life at the moment. She's got her bike license and we're going to have to get her a bike when we get home as well. So it's all been very good, very exciting, lots and lots going on. So here we are in the United States of America. We're just heading, what are we on at the moment? We're on the, I don't know, just heading a little bit north, and then we're going to turn turn west and head back down to the coast. Got to get around those mudslide road closures at Santa Maria. If you watched any of my videos, you know how much I don't like riding on the freeway, but unfortunately the options are going up through the mountains, which are going to be, would be interesting, but we're unfamiliar with those roads. And we've only got a week on the bike, so we do have to actually cover some kilometres. So we're just going to do a day, maybe 2 days on the freeway, and then we'll get up, once we're up around San Francisco, we're going to do some riding up around the hills of San Francisco, and then come back down. So we dropped the bike back off, what is it, Sunday today. We dropped the bike back off 4 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. Basically head over to the airport and catch a plane and go home. That's what's going on. So we've just turned around by the CHIPS, the California Highway Patrol. There's a lot of snow around, so they're doing snow chain checks for people to make sure they've got their chains with them. Obviously, being on a motorbike, they turned us around. So we're trying to get up the 33, and the 33 is closed due to snow and ice, so they haven't got the ploughs up there, which is kind of okay because, you know, there's snow on the side of the road here. It's 40 degrees, which is probably about 5 or 6 in our speak. But for a couple of kids from the tropics of Queensland and Australia, riding in snow is not something we get to experience. So we've got to run back down to the 15, I think it is, and then the 5. Now we're going to run back down to the I-5 and then up to the 166. So, and then back down onto the 101 and up to San Francisco. So a little bit longer than a little bit of a detour, but we're all rugged up and we're warm enough, so there's no big deal. I've got my back warmer with me. Oh, and she's got her front warmer. I like being her front warmer. We're nearly at the coast again. Gone off over a couple of ranges, but we've left ourselves in a bit of a tricky fuel situation where we're right on the edge. So I'm hoping that little town down there's got some fuel. So we've got 17 kilometres range of fuel left. Now, if you've watched any of my trip videos, you know that I've ridden a lot with guys with BMWs, and I can attest to how accurate their fuel gauge is. So when it says 17 to empty, it generally is pretty accurate. So I think we'll be right, but we took a turn off the 33 a little while back, 85 miles of fuel in the tank, and the sign came up saying 70 to the next services, or no services for the next 70 kilometres. I went, ooh, 70 mile. Well, we should be okay, but well, we made it. Got 10 miles left, so we made it for fuel. One of the things I love about the US is the pay at the pump. It's not a big thing in Australia. You can do it. There's a few places, but this pay at the pump is fantastic. You don't have to take any of your gear off, maybe gloves maybe, but you can leave your helmet and everything on. It's a really, really good thing. I like it a lot. We're just at a place called Atascadero, and we just got chatting with a guy. We just stopped for fuel and had lunch, or late lunch, not just a snack at the Macca's there. It's nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That detour kind of tossed us a bit. Just got chatting with a local guy just rode in on his rocket, a fella called John. So yeah, John just gave us a whole heap of really cool tips on what to do this afternoon, where we're going. And that's his rocket, the 2300cc Triumph Roadster. Actually, she's got bags of bagger. I've not seen a rocket bagger. Normally in Australia they've got trailers on the back of them. There you go. So he's given us some really cool tips. So apparently it's elephant season, elephant seal season down here, and there's just thousands of them on the beach where we're going apparently. So we didn't know that, so it should be cool to go and check that out. But yeah, that was really cool. Love meeting other riders, and John, if you do finally end up finding big bike adventures, and you see this, then mate, we really appreciate your help. It was great chatting with you, and if you ever do a trip down to Australia via Hawaii and New Caledonia diving, then mate, just send us a message on Big Bike Adventures, and we'll have a spare bike for you to go for a ride with for sure, no problem. Happy to show you around. So we're just down at the elephant seal colony over there. I didn't get any video of it because it's a bit dark, but I've got some footage on another camera I'll put in there. So that's pretty much us for the day. Sunset over the Pacific Ocean. That's kind of Japan out that way. looking towards Japan. Let me just turn around, babe, and thousands, well, probably hundreds, but. So we're heading south, back down the state route, highway number 1. As we've got to find somewhere to stay. There's down at Cambria, I think. Actually, it was San Simeon, was it? San Simeon? I think there was a whole heap of hotels there, so we'll call it quits for the night there. And then in the morning we'll run back up here and have a look at the colony again, maybe go and get some footage of the lighthouse up there if the weather's nice. And then we're going to have to run back down this way again to the I-46, which is going to take us back up over those ranges, and we'll go to San Francisco and get up there tomorrow afternoon. So a bit of a big day on the bike tomorrow as well. It was worth coming up just for that, hey? So we're leaving the coast behind, heading up over the mountain. So it's Monday. Is it Monday today? It's Monday today. Monday. Well, we booked the hotel for San Francisco. We've got 2 nights in San Fran, and then we head back down to LA. So the rest of today is pretty much just going to be a run up the highway. So we're on the 46, leaving the west coast of the USA, heading east towards we left the highway 1, we're heading east for the 101. Side of the road in a foreign country, putting our wets on because here come the rain. Alright, so after the stop for the rain, put our gear on. We didn't have far, like a couple of miles down the road. As we suspected, the rain stopped, but we had to stop for fuel anyway, so make that last run into San Francisco. So I've been on the bike for a few hours today, done about just under 400 kilometres since lunchtime. It's currently 5:30. We stopped and got some fuel and had something to eat after that rain, as I said. But we're just now doing the last kind of half an hour into San Francisco on the 101, and the traffic is just crazy. So glad we're not in the car. So one of the problems with having panniers is just being able to judge the width filtering. Oh, I can get through there, no worries. I know that. So we are actually in the transit lane, but it's actually jammed up as well, so it's starting to get a little bit dark, so the footage might not be great.